Hello, Simmers. This is your captain speaking, and we are about to embark on our fourth leg of the Balkans bush trip. Today we will be flying from the Strip Airport in Castella to Senj. That will be our flight for today. Just look at the airstrip we're going to be following, that we're going to be landing on today. This is another one of those grass strips that's difficult to see, and I've tried this 2 times already. The first time I was unable to find the airport. I saw it, but then I lost it before I could land, and I couldn't find it again. And then on my second attempt, I did the same thing. I saw it and proceeded to fly toward it, and then I lost it and just could not. Well, I was able to find it again after some time, but since I restarted the bush trip for this series of videos, I've come back now to it for the 3rd time. Now, unseen in this shot of the runway is a foot track at the very end on this bottom, at the bottom of this track, of this airstrip. And I remember that now, and I hope that that will help us to find it. Let me make sure that I'm looking at the right one. I believe that I am. Yes. No, I was not looking at the right one. This is the runway that we will be landing at, and you'll see this foot track down here. I suppose that's a college or some kind of academic institution down here in Senj. And what we'll be looking for when we come into this area are these houses that surround the airport on a couple of sides, and these large buildings where we have some hangars and so on. And we'll keep an eye out for this racetrack at the end of the runway. If memory serves me correctly, we will fly in from this bottom right corner in toward the airport, and we need to fly a little bit toward the racetrack or out away from the racetrack, and then come back in for our flight because of the wind, that to give us a headwind as we come in. So let us go ahead and get into the cockpit here. We'll click continue to go on to the next step. Of course, it will take a few minutes now for this loading to complete, and so I will pause the video and come back to you at the appropriate time. Okay, here we are at the Split Airport, and we will be flying again the Cessna 172. There it sits on the tarmac, so we need to get in the Cessna and get it ready to fly. Let's go ahead and board our aircraft. There we go. And let's pause our tracking and take a look and see. Here we are. And we want to go into the flight level change mode. Let's go for about 4,000 this time. I believe we've got some mountains to climb, and we may even need to go higher than that. turn off our inset there. Display our wind with option 1. The time references, set those up as we've been doing. And that is that. Our heading is off. Nav mode is off. So all that is as expected. So let's make sure that we get to the right runway here. Other way. And we want to go south, so I'm going to turn around, go back up here, and we'll fly in a generally southerly direction. All right, let's release our brake, give it a little bit of throttle. We've got a lot of little bit too sensitive on our foot pedals. Why don't we fix that before we go on? Hang on here. And that is not not what we want to do. That's not what's causing this. So let's go up here to controls, and that won't help us. We'll have to, let's see, I think maybe this is what we needed to do. There we go. Controls. I'm not sure why this has changed, if it has, but let's take a look and see what's going on with our rudder pedals. Okay. Let's pull those back just a little bit. There we go. We'll try and see if that doesn't, maybe the dead zone a little bit more. Let's see if that fixes it. Seems like our brakes have been locked. I've had this problem before. For some reason, the brakes seem to stick automatically, and you really forgot to apply the throttle to get it to move. And since this is a long runway, we'll just go ahead and turn into the wind right here and start from this point. Here we go. Apply gentle throttle all the way to full. And the rudder pedals are much better. There's our rotate indicator. I hate it when it freezes right here when I'm taking off, but that is as it is until I can figure out how to make that stop. Come on now. It's not going to start for us again. Here we go. A little bit of just turn our flight director on. It was already on, but I don't see the flight director. I must be really off here. No. There it is. Go ahead and turn on our autopilot. Turn our heading mode on. I'm not sure how I got turned around here, but we need to turn around completely in order to make our track. We should have been flying in the right direction. Somehow I fouled that up. All right, let's go ahead and turn our nav on. That should turn us to the left. No, it turned the right way. It's just farther away from our indicator than I thought it would be. Ah, I see. It actually, the direction of flight is actually toward the east. Which was contrary to the direction that we took off. That's what I got messed up there. We took off in the right direction for the correct headwind. And so that means we've got a slight tailwind. Let's just take a look at our pointer here. You can see we've got a 5 mile per hour tailwind and a 5 mile per hour crosswind. Let's take a look at our nav log, see where we're going. And we're making turn onto the second thing. So now we're on this here, heading 47 degrees. No, we're still heading 90 degrees. We're just making course corrections. Take flight from the Split Airport and head east along the coastline of Kostelanski Zaljev, past the peninsula town of Runjik, nicknamed Little Venice because of its sheer beauty. Watch for an inlet on the coast where the Jadro River feeds into the bay by a train yard. So you can see that. And what that's talking about is right down here on this bay. A little difficult to see from here, but when we get closer we'll be able to see the river and the train yard. I think I need seat belts to strap me into my captain's chair here, just so I won't slide out of it. For some reason, my track IR is not tracking like it should be. We're on Microsoft Flight Simulator, and let's see, on this, that's the Z-axis. What does the yaw tell us? The yaw is set for 1 as well. Why? I just changed that a while ago to smooth. Okay, let's go. Apply that. And that is what I want right there. All right. We'll save that. Wonder, does that apply to all of the axes if you do it like that? Z. That seems to be correct still. Y. And I'm not sure exactly what these do, but I think I set those also to be smooth. X and Y. Let's save that. Pitch. Let's change back to 1-on-1 again. So let's set that to smooth. Okay. Save. And roll should be 1-to-1. Okay. That is correct. So that's all right now on the Microsoft Flight Simulator profile. Oh, I see. We got changed to the 1-on-1 profile, and just fouled that up. Okay, so now let's make sure this is correct. Roll is 1-on-1, Yaw is smooth. Pitch is smooth. X, okay. Now I've messed up my one-on-one profile, but that's all right. I don't use that. Let's see what we can see down here now. All right, there is the John Doe River coming in right there, and the rail yard right here in that area. Turn off my picture so you can see the full screen. In just a moment, we'll be turning to heading 47 degrees. Looks like there is a plane coming up on our left. Probably high above us as fast as it's going. Right in front of us now. It is really taking off. Autopilot has a little struggle sometimes to line up with this GPS heading, so it kind of does this yawing back and forth when it makes a big change. It should settle out here in a minute. This is taking a little bit longer than I would expect it to, though. Let's cut back on our our speed is really low, and our altimeter never did catch at 40, so I'm not sure what's going on here. Let's reduce our speed now, and See if it'll catch this time. See, what I did there was select the vertical speed change and set it at 500 feet per minute, and it should go down to 4,000 feet and stop there. With the altimeter setting. Altimeter select. Turns this mode on here. Altimeter hold. We're to follow the State Road D1 leading northeast into the mountains as it loops its way past the remains of medieval Cliff Fortress through the mountain pass. Eventually, it will lead you north to a large roundabout. I suppose that's D1 to the left. That's going through that pass. Also on the left. Take a look from outside. D1 now on our left. We can go ahead and begin to reduce our height coming into the area where the Singe Airport will be found. So reduce speed a bit, cut back on the throttle. Just watch for the roundabout that it mentioned. I may have missed it. Oh, there is a racetrack, and that is our field right there. So we have already overshot the airport. So let's take off autopilot, because that's taking us in the wrong direction. And we'll go fly out here and then come back. We weren't watching carefully enough to see the roundabout, so this snuck up on us. Turn our altimeter off. It's going to want us to climb, and we don't want to climb. Of course, the autopilot is off, so that it won't matter. That's just telling us we're leaving our assigned altitude. That's okay. We're going to have to turn here whether we want to or not. So let's go ahead and make our 180-degree turn and see how we line up with the airport. Airstrip, I should say. It's not much of an airport. Runway should be coming into sight here in just a moment, but all I see are trees.
500.
I didn't know we had come down into a valley. I think the runway is over that ridge. Not your flaps. Let's see if we can make out our airport. I am not seeing it now. Just maybe along this road that we're flying over. Once you see that airport, you don't want to lose it because it's not that easy to see. And of course, it's saying it's behind us now, so I don't know. We'll say that when you go over it. I think it's behind us. Let's see. No, we're closing in on it according to the compass over here. We're 5 nautical miles away from it. Four miles. Should be close enough to be able to see it. If we could just make it out. I think that may be it right there. But I don't see the racetrack. No. Oh, now we've changed to another direction there, so the help that we had is gone from us. And I'm not sure what that direction is intended for, so. There it is. Plane is wanting to balloon on us now. Very long runway, so we've got a lot of room to land. Let it settle down.
Stop.
Not a very smooth landing, but we're on the ground. And the leg has been completed. There we are with our completed leg, and I want to thank you for coming and watching this video. I want to remind you that if you've enjoyed the video, please click the like button below it and subscribe to this channel. We'll see you again the next time when we complete the 5th of the legs of the Balkans bush trip. Thank you for coming.